Anyway, Paul Verhoeven.
Well, I was about to say, is it Verhoeven or is it Verhoeven? Does anybody really know?
Dutch is Verhoeven.
Okay.
So Verhoeven is the closest.
I guess I've got to start saying Verhoeven then. I've always said Verhoeven.
You better fucking pronounce it properly, like. And now to relax. Take off your shoes and listen to the smoothing melody.
You've got quite a soothing voice.
I can do if I want to, yes.
I quite enjoyed that.
Thank you.
You should do like those tapes that you're supposed to listen to like in the bath.
No.
Relax, let everything drift away. Do not fall asleep and slip under.
I was trying to mimic. It's from the Offspring, I think. It's one of their albums. It's like babbles on about and listen to the smooth melodies, and suddenly it goes like, "Give it to me, baby." Ow, ow.
So pretty fly for a white guy then.
It's a sudden contrast between the two of them. It's hilarious. Anyway, I'd say anyway a lot when I suddenly veer back into the subject. I go like, anyway, I've noticed that a lot when I'm editing videos. I'm like, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we've all got verbal tics.
As I was saying,
mine is fucking.
Fucking is probably better than anyway.
Just use that as a placeholder.
Because anyway sounds like I don't even know what I was talking about at the time. Because half of the time I don't even know what I'm talking about half of the time.
Oh.
It's something about attention deficit hyperactive something.
Yeah, I suppose.
People used to take medication for that. Paul Verhoeven. We all know him as that guy who did those movies. You know, your Robocop, your Showgirls, your what's the one with the fucking space bugs? Starship Troopers.
Verhoeven, yep, Starship Troopers. But just for the record, before we delve any deeper than that, like, can I say it constantly blows my mind that the guy that directed Robocop also directed Showgirls.
Yes.
That is such an overlooked fucking. I mean, really, honestly, that would be like if you found out that the guy that did Terminator also did Moulin Rouge. I can confirm. Yes, I can confirm. James Cameron did not direct Moulin Rouge. It was Baz Luhrmann.
I would, however, compare Terminator to Robocop somewhat, but I wouldn't compare Moulin Rouge to Showgirls.
Well, I've not seen Showgirls. I've not seen Moulin Rouge either, so I just assumed.
Oh, Moulin Rouge is one of the most painful experiences I've ever sat through in my life.
Oh, really?
It's so hastily edited. It's like there's no lingering shots. It's every couple of seconds somewhere else. It's
smash cut to you and McGregor.
As someone who has hyperactive disorder, the thing I mentioned just before, I get really annoyed and agitated by things that don't have focus. So things like that really bug me out the wrong way. So that
you must hate listening to these.
Oh, that was Moulin Rouge. No, not recommended.
But anyway, not Moulin Rouge, not Baz Luhrmann, not James Cameron, Paul Verhoeven.
No, you said anyway.
Paul Hovis.
Paul Verhoeven. It's the guy everybody remembers as he's like a schlocky director. He's like gore and action and tits, apparently, in Showgirls. But I know him mostly as the guy who directed a television series with my name. Night Floris in the Netherlands is an old black and white TV show starring Rutger Hauer as Night Floris. And it's just your old serial series about, they run into a river that seems to be on fire, but it turns out there's gas underneath it. So there's like jettisons of methane or whatever. And it's, that's why I love him to begin with. But I think Paul Verhoeven often gets overlooked as someone who brings more commentary, more a different take to most of his films. Because look at Robocop. Someone once said to me, the remake of Robocop was done by a Swede, and they don't get America because Robocop is something typically American. And I looked at him, I'm like, who do you think did the original Robocop? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, Paul Verhoeven is a Dutch man. So, Robocop in itself is so fantastic because there's all this gore and blood. But in the end, it's not about that. It's about consumerism. It's about I buy that for $1. It's about companies owning Detroit.
What?
It's not about the robot guy stabbing somebody in the face because he's Jesus Christ. And yes, Robocop is a Jesus Christ allegory.
It sort of is and sort of isn't. This is the thing about Verhoeven. This is why he's so good, is that on the surface, it is that. If you watch it at face value, it is that. And the time frame it came out in, if you were coming at Robocop fresh off, all those 80s action films, you would, it's another one of those things. But like you said, the exact words used, commentary. It's not only a commentary on consumerism, on America, like that thing, like somebody saying, it's typically American. It's emblematic of America. It's like, well, it's meant to almost do that. It's almost meant to trick you into thinking, yes, this is emblematic of America, because it's a commentary on American consumerism, but also on the excesses of the 80s action cinema. Like this thing that Verhoeven's got this reputation as being a schlocky direct is crazy, because he dialed up the gore and the action in Robocop so much. He turns it all the way up to 11.
Like
to
a
the
parody
point,
almost.
Yeah, it's almost parody. It's not quite parody, but it's definitely holding up a mirror. All those 80s movies where like Stallone and Schwarzenegger are just scything down hundreds of people with machine guns and all the blood and all the that was the whole point of it. It not only was it a commentary on consumerism, it was at the same time as it. I mean, Robocop is definitely an action film. Like, it's not like Predator, where Predator is like subverts action films, and it really ceases to be an action film and becomes a horror film.
Aliens as well.
Yeah, and Alien. I mean, I think, yeah, maybe. But Robocop is decidedly an action film. And while it operates inside the parameters of action films, it is still going, man, action films are fucking stupid, aren't they? Like,
yes.
Because it's so over the top. Like, it stops short of parody, and it never veers off into being a different genre. It remains an action film, and yet, at the same time, deconstructs action films in a way that,
There's a scene towards the end where Robocop is confronting all the criminals that killed Officer Murphy, Alec Murphy.
Yeah.
In a way, because he's not really dead, but whatever. Kurtwood Smith is there, and he plays the dad in the 70s show. But it's not about him.
So good.
At one point, one of them gets doused. I would like to use the word doused, because it's a great word. In chemical waste.
It's just fuck, I know the exact bit you mean.
And
it's
he turns into this sludgy green mutant. And you're thinking like, ha ha ha, the bad guy got his comeuppance because
the better as well.
Yeah, but then he gets hit by a car, but the mere moments between him ending up being hit by the car and his other friends seeing him, it's just so sad and pitiful.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't tell me you can watch that as a straight action film and be
it's like this sad melting figure.
Because it's just sad. And
but then this, I mean, that for me has always been the scene that is the most emblematic of like, it's Verhoeven. Once you've got this idea in your head that it's deliberately over the top, it's impossible to watch the bit where the car hits him and see it any other way. Like, I find it insane. The car hits the guy and like
he just pops like a water balloon.
It's fucking like someone throwing red watercolouring paint on a car windscreen. It's fucking gallons of it's almost as if his entire body just turns into blood. And it's insane to believe now that somebody would watch that at face value and be like, fuck yeah, Robert, like, no, surely no one like fist bumps at that scene and is like, that's the best. Like, it's pretty clear what the message is there, and the message is like, hey man, if this was a shite film, this is what would happen. Like,
and the weirdest thing, before I even ever saw Robocop, I already knew Paul Verhoeven as a director, and not even counting Night Floris, which I was mostly joking about because I've never even seen that black and white show.
Oh, you have me going, you son of a bitch.
In the Netherlands, he's also very known for both Soldier of Orange, which is about World War II, about a soldier not really wanting to join the military, but having to because of the love of his life. And the other one is Turkish Fruit, or Turkish Delight, sorry. The Dutch word for Turkish Delight is Turkish Fruit. And it's about Rutger Hauer again, because he really loves Rutger Hauer.
Who doesn't? Well, exactly.
Rutger Hauer, if you're listening, please at me at Dutchka.
Is he on Twitter?
He might be. I know he's advertising for Lurpak, so I might just at Lurpak.
Yes, if Lurpak want to...
So, in Turkish Delight, it's about Rutger Hauer as an artist, a starving artist, love of his life, and he can't support her, and she breaks up with him, moves in with her mother and her stepdad, and then they meet up again like years later, and he's changed careers and she's changed careers, and he finds out she's got cancer, but she's got nobody else in her life, not even a mum, who will take care of her. So he's like in the hospital with her during these painful MRI scenes, and you're like, you watched like an hour of these people being happy and they're fucking, because they were just, fucking, and they were young and in love, and everything was going to be cool because this is a film. And then the last third is just, him consoling her during her last couple of weeks of her life.
So what you're saying is it's the opening 5 minutes of Up, but extended over the length of an entire film.
In reverse. It's like that in reverse.
No, it's not that in reverse. It's just strung out.
Well,
into like...
In Up, it's like the first 10 minutes, but here it's like the last bit.
Oh, alright, I see what you mean, sorry.
So it's like, it's devastating. And then he goes to a funeral and he sees her mum, and it's horrible. And then the same guy does Robocop.
Yep.
And then he does Showgirls, and I have never seen Showgirls, so I can't defend it.
And then the one that really hammers home, I think, in most people's minds, his schlockiness, Starship Troopers, which I think in many ways is the most Verhoeven film, because in terms of at least Robocop has got massive production values. Like, even if you watch it at face value as an 80s action film, I mean, to be fair, for what I said earlier, like, if you do watch Robocop at face value and you don't take any of the subtext in, it's still a fucking riot. Like, it is a great, great movie. It is so fun. But, like, it's got massive production values. It's a proper Hollywood blockbuster.
Yes.
Starship Troopers, very sort of sci-fi channel, dated horribly. The special effects are very, very mid-90s CGI. No stars in the cast, apart from, what's your man's name there? The Balrog from the Highlander, fucking Clancy Brown. He's awesome in it.
Clancy Brown is in fucking Starship Troopers.
He's the fucking... Dude, that Clancy Brown is the ultimate hero of the whole story. He's the guy who wins the day in the final battle.
Lex Luthor.
He's the fucking... Clancy Brown? The Balrog, yeah?
Yes.
From Highlander.
Yes.
I mean Clancy Brown, right?
Yes.
Is he the Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, he plays like the badass drill sergeant in Starship Troopers, and then he finally gets to go out into the field in the final mission, and he's the one that like captures the Queen, captures the brain bug. Wow. Clancy Brown, dude, he's got his cool voice.
He does have a cool voice, yes. He is Sergeant Sim, fucking hell.
Apart from him, like, no other names in the cast really, and it's like it's very. It looks low. Oh, sorry, no. Your man from Command and Conquer 3 is in it as well. Never mind. Anyway, there's no like big stars in the whole thing, and the production values don't look great, and it's aged pretty badly. It's easy to look at that film, even more so than Robocop, at face value and be like, oh, look at this piece of trashy 90s.
Neil Patrick Harris is in it.
Oh god, he is! He plays like the pilot dude or one of the psychic dudes or something.
Michael Irons is in it. Ironside.
Oh god, that's who I meant. Michael Ironside. Yes, he's in Command and Conquer 3. Yeah, like it looks really bad now. Looking like in terms of production values and stuff. So it's easy to look at that and be like, oh man, what was the RoboCop guy really fell off? Yeah, he went from RoboCop to this. But I think it's in some ways like his best film into like being emblematic of what he's about in terms of like commentary.
I think if you look at Robocop as being anti-American for its consumerism, Starship Troopers is definitely that, but for its jingoistic military nature.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, not just anti-American. I mean, anti sort of authoritarian / patriotic across the board, but
yeah, well, we all know which country does that the best.
Yeah, certainly at the time it came out anyway. I think my country headed that way rapidly. But certainly at the time it came out, that was very much flag-waving, fucking pledging allegiance. I mean, you've got to be a citizen, all that shit, like the hoorah fucking Marine
and then the 10-year-old goes like, I'm doing my part!
Yeah, right? And like, again, but this is the genius of Verhoeven. If you watch that now, at face value, and you don't think about any of the subtext, you don't think about anything else, it's a perfectly decent sci-fi action romp. If you turn your brain off and just look at it and be like, oh yeah, I hope Rico gets to shag that redhead girl and like comes good at the end, it's fun. It's still a fun experience. But when you sit down and really look at it and go, oh look, actually the whole thing is it's not satire. It's not a parody. It's just holding a mirror up and going, actually look, there is this deeper thing here. Like,
but apparently the source material, there's a novel, and it plays it completely straight. So what Verhoeven did is take it and be like, well, this book, fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
Verhoeven read the book and was like, this is fucking dross. I'm going to make this into a film.
Somebody's going to make a film of it, and it better be me.
I'd better get there first before someone tries to actually make a film of it.
Also, he did Total Recall.
Is that him as well?
Yeah.
Because I was going to mention Total Recall. When I mentioned Predator, I was going to mention Total Recall.
Total Recall is another one of those films which...
Yeah, again, like I mentioned Predator earlier. Like Predator is another one. You can watch it face value, whatever. But Total Recall, I think, is not Arnie's best film, but it's not that there's many films in this bracket, but it's definitely Arnie's smartest film.
Definitely, yes.
There's not that many films in there vying for that spot, though. But I mean, there's that and Last Action Hero, and that's it.
Last Action Hero is overly criticised, I find.
It's very, very good, Last Action Hero. I don't understand.
People laugh like, ha ha ha, look at this fantastical take on action films, but they don't realise how clever the underlying thought behind it is.
I've never ever understood why people don't like it. It's very clever. It subverts everything.
It's got fucking Charles Dance.
It's got Charles Dance being great as well. It's creepy as hell.
It's got
Death.
Ian McKellen as Death.
You show
From
me
the
any other
fucking
film where...
Seventh Seal. How do you fucking put a seventh seal in your film and then people go like, this is a stupid film?
You show me any other film where realistically Charles Dance or Ian McKellen could pose a threat to Arnie. They could realistically kill him in that film. That's amazing. That is a movie magic trick right there. But Last Action Hero is worth the price of admission, if for nothing else, than the bit in the video shop with the Terminator 2 cut out. It's fucking Sylvester Stallone. Yes. Absolutely incredible. That is one of the best, like...
But
that's genius.
We were talking about Total Recall and Paul Verhoeven. It's definitely very clever and very intelligently designed. It's like you don't expect the twist that the guy who made Arnie's memories disappear was Arnie.
Yeah. And then, even then, like, this is why it's such a... let's be honest, like, it is a batshit insane film. Because you can read it 4 or 5 different ways, and all are valid. Like, is he genuinely insane? Is he really on Mars? Has he ever been to Mars? Like,
are they trying to fuck with him? Is he not wiped his memory? Has he wiped his memory?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think you need necessarily to know. Like, it's one of those films, I think it can be left open completely to the viewer, and it's not very often you can say that about an action film. Like,
basically never.
Like, you can say that about Mother. You can't say it about any action films that spring to mind, you know.
And if Paul would ever come forth and say, like, no, this is how the film is, then it would ruin it.
Yeah, it would. It's like, and not that he's not J.K. Rowling, you know. He wouldn't.
Dumbledore's gay.
He wouldn't start adding a load of bullshit subtext to things that aren't there.
He did Hollow Man, but I've seen that once, and I don't remember him being very good.
Right, I quite like Hollow Man. I've only seen it. Right, I've only seen it like 2 times, 3 times, and I watched it completely at face value. I didn't notice Paul Verhoeven. Now that I've said I watched it at face value, I feel like I should go back and watch it and look at it and try and find the subtext there. Because if there's one thing we've learned about Verhoeven through this conversation, it's that on the surface his films do look a bit shite, but actually We can dig a little deeper.
That's why I'm so curious about Showgirls, but I don't really want to watch it. Because I want to know what the underlying thought behind it is, but I don't want it to just be a shit film.
Is Showgirls meant to be good or not?
I'm not sure.
Because I thought it was
meant to be
supposed to be... I thought it was supposed to be like okay, but I don't know for definite.
The public outcry is that it's rubbish.
Okay.
He did Black Book.
Whose tits do you get to see in Showgirls?
I don't know, I've never seen it.
No, you said there were tits.
At least 4.
It's just what, 4 tits?
I didn't say 4 women, 4 tits.
That's only one more than Total Recall.
Boom. He did Black Book in early 2000s, I want to say. And Black Book is an excellent war movie. 2000.
What the hell is Black Book? I haven't even heard of Black Book. What's that?
It's a Dutch film, but it got an English dub.
Okay. But is there a Dutch subtitle? Or is it English
it is
subtitles?
in the Netherlands, yes.
I don't like watching. Dubs.
Who did it star again?
Rutger Hauer.
I am cheating and looking at Carice van Houten.
Carice van Houten.
Oh, come on.
No?
Carice van Houten is the biggest actress to come out of the Netherlands since Rutger Hauer, who's an actor.
Due to Game of Thrones, presumably.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, Melisandre, yeah, okay. I didn't know her name, I'm sorry.
That's going to be cut. Anyway, Chris... and he did a French-languaged film last year. No, 2 years ago now, because it's 2018. About a lady who got raped called L-E-L-L-E.
Okay.
And
is that the name of the film?
That's the name of the film.
Okay, I think I've heard of that, actually.
Nominated for 1 Oscar.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say it right now. All right. I think Verhoeven probably in years to come will occupy the same space as kind of like dudes like I want to say Lars von Trier, but I hate Lars von Trier. You know, people like that.
He probably is a Lars von Trier without being a fucking asshole.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? People like that, like who like Verhoeven's only mainstream films are misunderstood, if nothing else. Certainly that they're definitely not your bog standard, like, this is a successful indie director who's been given a budget and now he's going to just knock a film out. There's always a commentary there, and then it seems like in the last few years at least, he's just stepped away doing whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Because it says a lot that he went from something like Starship Troopers and then took a break for a couple of years and then said, like, I'm going to go back to the country I came from. Yeah, and exactly, make a World War II movie, which is like one of the safest things you can do over here.
Oh, I mean, well, the thing is, like, after Robocop, the success that was Robocop, that guy could have done anything.
He could have done like 3 sequels and, retired.
And clearly, wait, he didn't direct all 3 sequels, did he?
No, there's only been 2.
He didn't direct 2 though, did he?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Thank fuck.
I like 2.
You scared me. What Robocop 2?
I liked Robocop 2 better than 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think each time Robocop gets trotted out, it decreases in quality, and I say that as somebody who has seen both miniseries.
Oh, I've forgotten about both miniseries.
Both miniseries, yes, you heard right.
I remember the one with Pudding Face.
The fucking, like, oh.
Oh, let's give this guy with a disfigured face a hilarious catchphrase.
There's not
the base.
Redeeming quality at all to anything in any of those fucking... what a piece.
And this one time they came up with this special gun that could kill Robocop, so what do? They spring out this hardened criminal from in the middle of a prison just to fire this special gun because nobody else could have done that. Even as a kid, when I watched that, I'm like, why didn't you just have anybody on your staff do that? Yep.
Anyway. The TLDR podcast.
Paul Verhoeven is criminally underrated for the thought he puts into his film.
And yet, at the same time, I'm sort of glad that he is, because without an audience to watch his films at face value, there can't be an appreciation for what he's doing beneath that. Unless there's a certain subset of people sat there watching Robocop look. You can't then go, but actually, look. You know what I'm like?
Look.
Well, actually, not with Robocop, but with Starship Troopers, definitely. Starship Troopers, if it was just straight, if everyone was in agreement that, it's just a commentary, it wouldn't be that great. But also, if everyone was in agreement that it's just a bollocks sci-fi film from 1996, it would be utter, especially then, it'd be utter shite. And saying that those things are present in oh my fucking hell! Look, especially nowadays. Look how jingoistic the Western world is. Verhoeven was saying this 22 years ago.
Robocop and Starship Troopers are like clairvoyant towards the future. Like, this is more relevant than it was back then.
Yeah, especially Starship Troopers.
Yes.
Robocop, maybe
there's still rampant consumerism that is more harmful towards us than anything else. But Starship Troopers is... The more we get a broader world, it's easier it is for me to talk to you online through Google Hangouts, and we're recording this on Audacity.
Shout out to Google Hangouts.
Hey, because fuck Skype, apparently.
Fuck Skype.
Fuck Skype. It's made everybody realise that the world is so big, so they've all retreated into their own little pockets of a cultural identity. And that's sad, because you have to get out there and get to know everything fucking else, because people are brilliant. You get to know fucking people that eat fried spiders and shit like that.
It's fucking weak more than anything. Like, when did any culture ever become great just by being like, this is all we've got, this is it forever?
The Dutch love potatoes. It's a very sad thing, but we love potatoes. We make chips, we make crisps. I had to check myself to see which language I was going. We make mash, we make stampot, which is like a hodgepodge of any kind of vegetable mashed together with potatoes, soups, anything. But potatoes is not native to our fucking country. We stole them from fucking South America. That's where they come from. But no, the entire 19th to 20th century...
I think that the whole of the Western world owes a great debt to the potato.
Fucking definitely. The potatoes saved us all. But apparently, late 19th century, we were feeding them to animals and prisoners. But nowadays, you're going to be like, oh no, I have to eat an entire bowl of chips for my fucking dinner. Because some people are disgusting that.
What, just chips for dinner? Is that what people find that reprehensible?
Well, just an entire bowl of chips.
What's wrong with that? Portion of chips? That's
Ew! Just an entire portion of chips for dinner.
It's not ideal. It's not healthy in any way. But if the portion's big enough, it's filling. Like, what's wrong with that?
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to have like...
No, you're not supposed to. No, you're not supposed to eat just pure hollow carbs. Obviously, that's...
It's like you have to have some protein or some minerals or some...
Well, yeah, of course you do. Some vitamins, please. Some fibre, something.
So I would never eat an entire bowl of chips just fucking for dinner.
Oh, yeah, have chips and cheese, man. Come on. Come on.
That's even worse.
Come on. Even more carb.
I like how...
It's nice. Yeah. It's horrible, but it's so nice.
I like how...